Don't try. Happiness isn't what you think. I worked day and night, pushed myself to the edge, and gave everything to achieve my goals. But when I finally got there, I didn't feel the happiness I expected. Why? Why do we chase happiness but still feel empty? What if I told you that the very idea of chasing happiness is the real problem? We've all been there. You work relentlessly, sacrifice your time, your energy, and sometimes even your peace of mind, all in the name of happiness. You convince yourself that once you achieve that next milestone, once you get that promotion, once you reach your ideal weight, or once you take that perfect vacation, then happiness will follow. But when you finally get there, it's not what you thought it would be. It's almost like happiness becomes this elusive concept, always just out of reach, no matter how hard you try. Why does this happen? Is it because happiness is something that can only be found in a certain place or time? Or is there a deeper reason behind it? Today, we'll uncover the harsh truth about happiness. We'll discuss why trying too hard might be the very thing that's holding you back from living a more fulfilled life. Inspired by the insightful work of Mark Manson, let's dive deep into this idea. 2. The problem. Society has sold us the idea that happiness is a destination, a life free of problems, full of success and comfort. But Mark Manson argues that this belief is what keeps us trapped and unhappy. Take a moment to reflect. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media, seeing other people seemingly living their perfect lives? Fancy vacations, luxurious cars, constant smiles, and a never-ending stream of accomplishments. You look at your own life, maybe filled with its daily challenges, obstacles, and the messiness that comes with being human. And then you think, what am I doing wrong? But here's the uncomfortable truth. The more we chase happiness, the further it drifts away. And this isn't because we're not working hard enough. It's because happiness isn't about avoiding problems. It's about solving the right ones. Imagine trying to climb a mountain. You keep thinking that once you reach the top, that's when you'll finally experience true happiness. But as you climb, you realize that each step is just as important as the peak. The process, the challenges, and the struggles on the way up, they're all part of the experience that makes reaching the summit worthwhile. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Charles Bukowski, a struggling writer who faced rejection after rejection. Despite all the challenges, he kept writing, but not with the hope of achieving perfection. One day, he let go of trying to be the perfect writer and simply started writing because it was something he enjoyed. His work eventually became wildly successful. But do you know what his gravestone reads? It doesn't say world-famous author. It simply says, don't try. This doesn't mean that you should give up on your goals or stop working hard. It doesn't mean abandoning your dreams. What it means is that you should stop chasing happiness through perfection or unattainable goals. True fulfillment comes when you stop obsessing over things that don't truly matter to you. It's about embracing the journey, imperfections and all. 3. Why we get stuck in the wrong idea of happiness. So why do we get it so wrong? Why are we stuck in this endless loop of trying and failing to find happiness? There are a few key reasons why so many of us get caught up in this trap. Let's take a closer look at them. 1. We equate happiness with a problem-free life. Society has led us to believe that happiness means living a life free from stress, conflict, and failure. But the truth is, life doesn't work that way. Problems will always come and go. The key is not to avoid them, but to choose which ones are worth solving. For instance, imagine you land your dream job, but suddenly you realize that even with the title and paycheck, You're facing tight deadlines, mounting pressure, and constant challenges. Does that mean you're unhappy? In fact, these struggles often become the source of growth, learning, and real fulfillment. The stress becomes part of the meaningful journey. 2. We believe in the illusion of perfection. Take a look at your Instagram feed or scroll through Facebook. What do you see? Curated versions of people's lives, all filtered, edited, and showing only the highlight reels. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that everyone else has it together and you're the only one struggling. But remember, nobody posts their failures or their challenges online. We're constantly comparing ourselves to others, thinking that we're falling behind. But remember, perfection is an illusion. No one's life is as perfect as it seems on social media. True happiness comes when you accept your own unique journey and stop comparing it to someone else's highlight reel. 3. We misunderstand what fulfillment truly means. Here's the kicker. True happiness isn't about eliminating problems. It's about finding the right problems to solve. The key isn't to avoid difficulties, but to find meaning in the challenges you face. The solution: what to do instead. Now that we understand why happiness often eludes us, let's talk about how we can fix this. How can we approach life in a way that leads to true fulfillment? Step 1. Accept problems as part of life. Mark Manson puts it this way: happiness comes from solving problems, not avoiding them. Think about it. When you climb a mountain, do you experience joy only once you reach the top? Or is the joy found in overcoming the hurdles and challenges along the way? The process is just as important as the destination. Step 2. Care about the right things. Start asking yourself, what truly matters to me? Stop caring about everything and focus on what aligns with your values. Do you care more about the number of likes you get on social media? Or do you care more about deep, meaningful connections with the people you love? Focus on what brings you long-term fulfillment, not fleeting validation. Step 3. Redefine don't try. Don't try isn't about being lazy. It doesn't mean to give up. It means stop forcing things that don't align with your true self. If you're chasing a career or lifestyle because society tells you that's what you should want, it might be time to pause and ask yourself, is this truly what I want? Sometimes, stepping back and reevaluating your path can bring you closer to happiness than relentless striving ever will. Here's where most of us get it wrong. We think that the harder we try, the closer we get to happiness. But often, over-efforting leads to burnout, frustration, and disillusionment. Have you ever worked incredibly hard for something, only to realize it didn't bring you the satisfaction you expected? That's because it wasn't aligned with your values. The pursuit of happiness itself often keeps us from actually finding it. Instead of asking, how can I be happy? Ask yourself, what's worth struggling for? Imagine you're in a race, sprinting as fast as you can, thinking the finish line will bring you peace. But once you cross it, you realize there's another race waiting for you. This endless pursuit of happiness is the same. The finish line keeps moving. I want to ask you one simple question. What's your race? Are you running for someone else's approval, chasing dreams that aren't really yours? Drop your answer in the comments. Mark Manson's message is clear and powerful. Life is short. Focus on what truly matters to you and let go of everything else. 1. Stop chasing happiness like it's a finish line. 2. Accept life's struggles and solve the right problems. 3. Redefine success on your own terms, not society's. The next time you feel stuck or frustrated, remember this: Happiness isn't found in avoiding problems. It's found in embracing the right ones. Choose wisely because your time and energy are limited. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's help each other focus on what truly matters and stop chasing hollow dreams.